Como actor tengo que aprender guiones continuamente y las gafas Chromagen me ayudan a memorizar mucho más rápido. Para mí las lentes Chromagen son de gran ayuda, pero para Ashley, diagnosticada de dislexia, son mucho más importantes.
Pensaba que veía mal, pero las gafas normales no me ayudaban. Cuando probé las lentes Chromagen lo veía todo mejor, las letras se me pegaron al papel y por fin podía estudiar sin tantísimo sufrimiento. Ahora estoy en bachillerato estudiando ciencias y me va genial.
Quizás eres como Ashley y tienes problemas de dislexia o algún otro problema de aprendizaje. O quizás eres como yo y te quieres beneficiar de unas gafas que te ayudan a aprender y retener información nueva.
Es que antes, sin las gafas, era imposible aprender.
Haz como nosotros, haz la prueba.
And as time flies by, you'll open up your eyes wide. You feel it's gonna go your way. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Halfway twisted, you've been out of shape, and you feel like you've
Welcome back to Marbella Now. My name is Nicole King and here I am basically at kilometre 0 of our Golden Mile in Marbella. Behind me, the Piruli, the copper tower, that is an emblematic reference point for many of us in Marbella, particularly coming to the exhibition centre, an amazing venue, one of the many that our town hall puts at our disposal, not just for coming to see amazing events, but also a place that we can use when we've got events that we want to celebrate. From the 830 square metre entrance hall, ideal for cocktails and also for little exhibitions, a lot of artists around here, so very nice for that. But then you have the huge exhibition centre, over 3,100 square metres, and you have the auditorium that sees over 1,500 people. So maybe not the biggest exhibition centre in the world, but certainly one that brings a lot of people to Marbella and gives us a lot of opportunities to use those facilities. Well, as I say, we're in the kilometre 0 of the Golden Mile, and there's a lot of noise, a lot of traffic, because a lot of people do work in Marbella and a lot of people come to Marbella to work or come to the exhibition centre. This week we're holding our programme in the lovely Senator Spa Hotel, which is literally right next to the exhibition centre, making it convenient not only for the people coming on business, but putting it frontline beach and in the heart of our city. Let's go in. So welcome to the Senator Spa Hotel here in Marbella. I've had a chance to look around the general public areas of the hotel and the swimming pool and sun facilities on the rooftop, and the views are just spectacular. The lobby areas are nice too, and we can come in for business breakfasts. There's Wi-Fi throughout the hotel and you can come in for those business breakfasts, even have conference rooms that you can also use. As I say, right next door to the Palacio de Congresos, the exhibition centre, and super convenient. Very big hotel, only do breakfast and dinner, but you're right on the front line of the beach, you're in the heart of the city, you don't need a car for anything.
It's a brand new day. Hey, 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 hey.
Undoubtedly, the most emblematic local event of the last few days has to be the Feria of Marbella. Feria San Bernabe 2016 for the first time in years, was held during the day back in the centre of town in the Parque La Alameda, and everyone was happy. For a few years they'd taken it out of the town because of the noise, people living in the old town, the music, but they got a great format for this year's celebrations. Between midday and early evening, 7, 8 in the evening, all the fair events were held in the centre of town in the park, and then in the evenings the fairground and all the concerts were held at the fairgrounds by La Cañada shopping centre. So many people got involved, and it was great for the tourists because they managed to get involved even without knowing what was going on. Walking along the Paseo Marítimo, you had the Plaza del Mar, which is run from the park all the way down to the promenade, the fair and the caseta. So it was an amazing success, and I have to say a wonderful time really was had by all. We're going to meet another young lady who's very big on local events. Inez Robinson is a Costa woman and in fact organises the get-togethers for Marbella.
Yep.
So that's quite a lot, managing all those women, Inez.
Well, 4,500 ladies, you know, I'm sure most men will be they would love to know how I managed to do that, to organise all these ladies. But the truth is I just put some of the events on and people come along and they join in. I mean, that's the great thing about Costa Women. It's the networking, social side, it's the fun part of it. Business is done as well. It's all various different reasons, you know, for what we do.
You do a great job. Ali Meehan is the president and founder of Costa Women. Now, as you say, there's over 4,500 ladies.
Yep.
And the nice thing is it's a networking online, but you also have that personal contact where you do coffee mornings, a lot of charity events as well.
Yep, all sorts of things. I mean, there's a whole mixture of stuff. We've got our summer fair is coming up. At the end of next week, summer party. We do a winter party, Christmas party as well. But some of the ladies are very heavily involved in various charities and they promote their events through it. And the ladies are very supportive. And we also help any lady that people are in different countries who want to come over. They want information. They want to have a base. They want to have a contact. And I'm noticing an awful lot of information coming through the website for that. It's free to join, CostaWomen.com. Get on the website if you're a lady. And well, the old man I'm sure is snuck in there somehow.
It's funny, we do bring them in now and then. But it is nice because, as you're saying, you work, your passion, and it is a passion for you, is sharing your understanding of Herbalife.
Yeah.
But when we work a lot, it's very hard to sometimes actually have a social life. And for you, I think getting back involved with Costa Women was a way of not only working and networking and obviously looking to improve your business, but also having a social life and making friends.
This was the whole thing, and this is how I sort of got involved. I've been a member for about four years, and I'd been to some of the events and they were great. I really enjoyed them and enjoyed the networking, but I was very focused on building my business. I had to get it to a level where I could just then take the foot off the gas and enjoy the beautiful weather and living out here, and this is what we're all here for. And I got to that, and then I was like, okay, I don't know anybody anymore. I don't really know anybody. I almost don't know how to sort of approach somebody for a coffee, or I turned down so many invitations and things. And so I approached Ali and I said, there's a lady who was doing the events before. She did a fantastic job. I said, I'm not in that league, but would you like somebody to sort of spearhead it, maybe do a few little local events? And she said, she grabbed my, she bit my arm off actually. She's like, yes. So I started with like a little coffee morning because I really had no idea. And it's a coffee meetup, so we don't do any, it's not really business, but we do some business. It's getting to know people and building relationships.
Which really is what it's about. When you have a lot of businesses, especially when they're very similar on the coast, at the end of the day, it's the person behind the business that really marks that difference if you get on with them. And then once you get to know people, then you start finding yourself getting recommended. Like
Exactly.
I recommended you to someone the other day. I knew you did Herbalife, but wasn't something I'd really thought about much, and then I met someone who was desperately put on weight from giving up smoking and didn't know where to begin, and it was like, I know you followed the Herbalife and you didn't suffer. It's something you can actually follow and eat and have a life at the same time.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, earlier I lost 5 stone on the products, and it's 20 years ago I've maintained that loss. So for me, and it's nutrition. We have to eat anyway, so why not eat good nutrition? And so part of that, and part of normal eating as well. Downstairs I demolished two sandwiches and 2 cakes. I was very good. I didn't eat the rest of the cakes because other people were eating them. I'm going to be demolishing this. And I don't worry about calories and things like that. I just look at the balance. It's all about balancing your nutritional intake.
So Herbalife isn't about just losing weight. It's
No.
if you just want to get yourself on a healthy lifestyle, really.
Yeah, absolutely. We do a healthy breakfast. Some people want to gain muscle, they want to put weight on, they want to get energy, and a lot of it is because of nutritional deficiencies that they're losing their energy levels, and so we help in every different way. And when I sit down with the person, I go through what they're doing and see where, you know, we can make the odd tweak. It's not a case of you must have this and that's it. It's very, very flexible, which had to be for me, because I'm not someone who follows plans or does what I'm told. Who said that?
Yes, I can see that. It's a saucy one, this one. A lot of fun. Do you adapt this according to ages? Because obviously a young girl or a menopausal woman are the things that you can help in menopause, for example, with the way you eat and the things that you do?
To a degree, because as you get older, you need more protein in your diet. You need to know, you know, a few things, and we get a lot of training from the doctors and everything, so we have a fair understanding. But really, at the end of the day, a body is a body is a body. Now, you'll get some people need more protein because they're guys, they're bigger, they're doing more work, and people who will need less. But apart from that, the rest is, it's really simple, really easy.
Everything is wanting to.
Absolutely.
So if you want to meet more people, get networking with your businesses, and at the same time, perhaps get some advice on how to lose weight, gain some toning shape, Inez Robinson is your lady. Inez, I hope this is the first of many.
Thank
you. A
you.
lot of fun recording the program. As you can see, we are literally on top of the world here at the swimming pool, sunbed area of the Senator Spa Hotel here in Marbella. The views are literally dynamic. As are you.
Oh, thank you. So are you, darling. You do a
thank
fabulous
you.
job.
Hashtag better together.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Halfway twisted, you've been out of shape, and you feel like you've missed it.
Welcome back to your Legle Beagle slot here on Marbella Now with me, Patrick Grant. We're at the fabulous Senador Hotel in Marbella, which on a day like today, when it's nearly 37 degrees, has the best place to be. The fabulous rooftop pool and bar, where you can see the whole of Africa, Gibraltar, views sweeping across the Mediterranean and across the countryside and the mountains behind Marbella. There's no better place to be on a hot day like today. Now, it's mid-June and the summer is officially here across the whole of Europe. In most other countries now, universities are closing, schools are closing, and young people from all across the land are trying to get themselves over to Malaga Airport and come to the Costa del Sol to find themselves a bar job, a nightclub job, something to keep their summer going and have a bit of a party while they're at it. But there are problems and there are warnings and there are things that you need to take care of if you are looking for a job on the Costa del Sol this summer. There's some basics that you need to understand. First of all, you're going to need an NIE. That's the number that identifies you as a foreigner, an extranjero, for the Spanish government. It's very easy to get hold of one of these. You need to go to the local Departamento de Extranjeros or Foreigners Department at the local police station, stand in a queue, pay €10.50, show some identification, and you'll get a piece of paper with a 3-month NIE on it. Once you've got that, you're going to need to open a Spanish bank account because, of course, after all, how else are you going to get paid? So you need to pop in with your NIE, with some identification, get your bank account opened, and at that stage, you're going to be ready to start looking for work. Now, when you find a job, you're going to be asked to sign a contract, hopefully. If you're not asked to sign a contract, then you need to have a little think about what you're doing, because there have been huge amounts of problems that have been brought to our attention here at Marbella Now in the past couple of years of young people coming over and finding themselves well out of depth in terms of working contracts, working time, being fined for various things at work. There are some interesting things that you have to deal with. So let's start from the basics. When you work for any company, you should have a contract, and that should set out your details, their details, how much you're going to get paid, and your working hours. Now, in Spain, the normal average working week is 40 hours long. You should not be working any more than that unless you have a separate agreement or you've agreed separately in your contract. Between your working shifts, you should have, by Spanish law, at least 12 hours of rest time. That means if you leave work at 8 o'clock at night, you should not be back at work until 8:30 or 9 o'clock the next morning. You need to have that 12 hours by law. You're also entitled to 15 minutes per day rest time in addition to your lunch. Night and shift work, which is the most important thing, are still regulated by the same time regulations, 40 hours a week maximum. If you're under 18, you should not be working night shifts. That's the law. Be very careful about this. Overtime. A lot of kids that come and work in bars in Marbella will find themselves working ludicrously long hours, and that includes overtime. Now, you can either be paid for overtime in cash, or you can be paid for overtime in time given back to you. So if you work 4 extra hours, the company owes you either 4 hours of your own time or 4 hours worth of pay, and make sure you keep an eye on that. Other things to pay attention to are sick leave. If you are sick, you will need to present a doctor's note to suggest exactly why you were sick, but you should be paid for the time off that the doctor says that you are going to need. You should not be taking unpaid leave while you are sick. Now, other things that a lot of bars and nightclubs do with contracts and with their employees is they add in various fines, various issues that you're not aware of, especially if they're in Spanish in the contract. We've heard stories like young people working in bars and being fined 200 euros for taking a chip off a plate that they're taking back to the kitchen, or being fined 100 euros for every minute that they're late for starting their shift. All of this kind of thing, if it is agreed specifically in the contract, is okay. It's not strictly right, and it's not strictly legal. And if it's not in your contract, you should be not be paying any of these fines. Now, on a side note, it's all about this thing, social policy. The problem is, if hundreds of people come over here to look for a summer job and they don't really care about the conditions, not having an NIE, not having a contract, then this kind of practice is going to continue, and people are going to lose out because they're going to be working long hours for very little pay. There's lots of pay disputes. Sometimes bars don't bother paying people at all, and when they go back and say, I've worked for you for 6 weeks, they say, show me the contract. So you need to be very careful. If the contract's in Spanish, take it home, put it through Google Translate, ask a friend to translate it for you, but don't sign it until you're ready. We're going to be covering this further on the radio next week, so please listen in to me, Marbella. And until then, have an absolutely fantastic weekend, and we'll see you again next week for more Legle Beagle news. Take care, Marbella. Good evening.
A bad hair day can really give you a bad day, but unfortunately there are people who've lost their hair and find that every day is lacking something because they feel part of maybe even their personality went with their precious locks. Now, a lot of people try many magical solutions for this problem, but it would seem, as I've heard, that one of the only efficient ways of treating this is with an actual hair transplant, which is why it's a pleasure to welcome to Marbella now the lovely Panno, Dr. Ezekiel Panno, who specializes in hair. Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm very excited to hear about what you do. Our audience, I think, is very suitable for what you do, and I know that men, as much as women, care about their looks. And although some women do suffer with hair loss, it's more frequently men that suffer this problem.
50% of men over 50 years old, they suffer from alopecia, any degree of alopecia. And by that same age, 30% of the women. So there are big numbers, and yes, we can, today we have a natural, affordable, and definitive solution for alopecia.
You say affordable. I've been reading and looking into this matter actually, and I actually saw a program on Spanish television the other day, and a lot of people tend to go to countries like Turkey because they're looking for a cheap option. But you yourself have got a very good system. Before we talk about that, let's talk a little bit about yourself. You're a doctor, but not just a doctor in your home country of Argentina. You've done equivalency degrees in many countries.
Spain, in USA, and in UK, in Gibraltar. We're working in all those areas.
So you really like studying amongst anything else?
Yeah, well, I like it. Yeah, I like what I do.
How did you get into specializing as a doctor in hair? I mean, you've got a beautiful head of hair. Why would that be interesting?
Yeah, well, no, from my family, my dad, he is a digestive surgeon. I love digestive surgery. I love aesthetics as well. I do all this practice, but I'm dedicated fully to hair. You know, hair transplant, hair medicine, regenerative medicine. So that's what we're doing today. It's amazing.
Do you find that the treatments actually work? There's a lot of information on the internet, a lot of magic potions. If there was a magic potion, you wouldn't have a business, I suppose.
Exactly. No, you have different systems, you know, to recover the hair. Of course, shampoos and all that, those are cosmetic products. Then you have medical treatments that do work, like finasteride, minoxidil, mesotherapies, PRP, etc. Low level light therapy. Those systems have to be prescribed by a doctor and followed up by a doctor, but the definitive solution is the surgery, is the hair transplant.
Is it painful?
No, not at all. Not at all, not even after the surgery. Of course, if you go to the wrong doctor where he doesn't have much experience, you probably could have a little bit of discomfort after the surgery, but it's a minimally invasive surgery. So it's a surgery that you can recover very fast in a few days and with no scarring or minimal scarring. We cannot say no scarring, but it's minimal scarring and very, very natural results.
Is it all done in one sitting, or do you have to do various treatments to treat the general half moon shape that men seem to end up with nowadays?
It depends on the case. It depends on the case. It depends on the technique that we choose for that particular case. The good thing is to research properly and get the surgeon that has the most experience that you can get, and closer to your house, you know, close to you, because this is not just doing a hair transplant and you just let it grow. No, you need a follow-up after the surgery, and you need medical treatment after the surgery.
Is it just a one-time surgery and then you don't need it anymore and you implant the different hairs?
Normally, yes. Normally you do it in one go, and then of course if the patient doesn't do any medical treatment to keep his hair, of course he's going to need another surgery, but we're talking about probably a decade after the first surgery. So no, it's a long term, and the good thing is that the hair that we transplant is forever. It's never going to die. So his alopecia might grow, so we would need to put more hair in another area of the head, but not on the same area normally.
As of what kind of price are we looking at for people to think, okay, maybe I'm going to go for this? Can you just give us an orientative?
From 3,000 euros, from 3,000 euros on, you can have a
nice head of hair?
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Panno, thank you so much for taking a few moments to chat with us.
Thank you.
I know loads of you are interested in this subject, and all you have to do is contact Dr. Panno for more information. We're now going to go and meet a lady who's got a beautiful head of hair. In fact, she's just had a fabulous pampering and a styling done with the house hairdressing and a fabulous makeover as well. Let's go meet Jan Siggs.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day.
Hi, I'm Anita from the House Hairdressing, and behind me is Janice, who started the makeover. She's really excited, but I'm not telling her too much about what I'm doing, so it's going to be a real surprise at the end of it. We've had a brief chat, and as you saw from the before picture, you can see that her hair is very blonde, and it's very bright and brassy. There's no different tones in the hair, and I really want to bring it alive, and I want to put some different colours in. Now what I've done is I've put 3 colours through the ends of her hair. I'm keeping some of her blonde because she wants to stay blonde, but I'm actually making the roots a little bit darker and taking some of those colours through. Now what this is going to do is give a real different tones to the hair and make it look much more interesting. I've put a little surprise colour in there which she doesn't know about, and I think she's going to like it. She kind of likes ashy blondes, but in actual fact, to show those ashy blondes, the combination of the other colours that I'm going to put in there really help to do that, so it's getting really exciting. So you can see her behind me, she has no idea what's happening. We're going to do her eyebrows as well, and we're going to give her some makeup so she's going to look stunning at the end, but we'll go and see her in a sec.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Halfway twisted,
Hi guys, well the makeover is over. Shiva and I have worked our magic and we're going to show you how fantastic Janice looks. Right, so here's Janice looking fabulous. She hasn't seen her hair yet, so this is really exciting. But I want to show you guys first. So you can see the colour. I don't know how well you can see it, but I'm going to just turn Janice round. Now what I've done with the cut, very simply, is the main thing was to take this back away. It wasn't doing anything at all. It actually looks lovely shaping her face and coming forward. But here, I don't know if you can see all those colours coming through, and it gives a real depth to the hair and makes the hair look so much thicker. And she's so desperate to see. Why don't we take her to the mirror and show her? All right? Okay. Come over this way. Ready, right, you turn around and open your eyes and have a look.
Oh, you've got so much hair,
haven't you?
Crikey!
See how much thicker?
Oh, it looks lovely.
And how much?
And I like the shape as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
how good does the condition look?
Yes, it looks gorgeous.
Completely different.
Totally different. I've got eyebrows as well.
And you've got eyebrows. And you've got a bit of makeup on.
Isn't it
lovely?
It looks lovely. Look at that. I love this, thank you, because I hated that big lump at the back.
It wasn't doing
anything.
anything.
That's
right.
The length, that's lovely.
That's right. And it suits you with that around your face.
Yes, yes, thank you. It's lovely, thank you, darling.
Pleasure, pleasure, pleasure.
We were just talking about hair transplants, and now we're talking about this beautiful hairdo by the house hairdressing salon, because our Jan Siggs was one of the very lucky winners of the hair and makeup makeover by the house hairdressing. Now, it's been quite a few days since you were there, but you're still looking gorgeous.
Thank you very much. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a really place to go, not only for advice, but to be pampered. How did it feel going in, having won the competition and going for the treatment? How did the day start?
Well, I was very excited because I didn't actually realise what it entailed to start with. I got an email from them saying I'd won and would I come in. And when I did come in, all the mirrors were covered over. And Anita talked to me a little bit about it. And I said, look, I don't care what you do, as long as it's not blue or green or anything like this. Otherwise, you know, go ahead, do what you want to do kind of thing. I had my eyebrows done, had my hair done, my nails done, my feet rubbed. It was lovely. Thank you very much.
It really is a fabulous place to go because they advise you. I see you got a nice change in colour, but it's very flattering, very youthful actually.
Yes, actual fact, few people have said it makes me look younger. Well, I'm very happy about that.
You don't need to look any younger because you're so young-spirited and you look fabulous.
Thank you.
You're actually getting married very soon, is that right?
Yes, I am. Friday, this September the 30th. En mi ayuntamiento.
Oh, absolutely wonderful. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, it's funny we're talking about that because we are in actually one of the suites here at the Senator Spa Hotel in Marbella. But this is a very special suite. And so it came up that Janet is getting married because this bedroom is very special. The furniture in it is almost, I'd have to say, erotic.
Yes.
It's manufactured and painted by a Catalan Spanish company, and it really is different. That different that it comes with a user's handbook of how to use the chair and of how to use the bed. So before we invite Orvind up to take a look and see if this could be suitable, the suite with this jacuzzi in the bedroom, I wonder if Anna can turn on the bed for us and we can show you that we really how to rock and roll. Well, if you're looking for a look and you want some advice on how to make the most of what you have, we can only thoroughly recommend that you go along to the house hairdressing. Looks like that you've got a new firm place to go and get your hair done now.
Absolutely, they were lovely to me. Thank you very much. I enjoyed it.
Wonderful. And it's nice because Danusia Borden told me the other day she always goes back to England to do her hair, and she's actually going to the house hairdressing now as well. So it's nice not to have to travel that far. You could get seasick on this bed. Good thing you are busy doing other things.
Absolutely.
So that's it from Jan and I from the suite here in the Senator Spa. I wonder if this thing goes any faster. Hay más velocidades or...
And the lights as well.
Exactly. For lazy lovers.
Absolutely.
As expats living in Marbella, we're very lucky to be able to count on all the comforts of home. In fact, we tend to look to home when there's anything important that needs resolving. But when it comes to car insurance and you're driving in Spain, perhaps you're better served to look towards a reputable Spanish company like Línea Directa, because that way you know you're covered according to the local legal Spanish laws at the same time as they're catering to our specific expat needs. Now, as a Spanish company, this means they have a fleet of tow trucks, specialised garages to take the car, mechanics, hotels, lawyers, everything to make sure you're covered when you need it most. All documentation is in English, their website is in English, all phone calls and communication is in English, so they speak your language and understand as well all our needs. To rest assured that you truly are insured when you need it most, why don't you contact Línea Directa, either on their website from www.lineadirecta.com or by ringing 952 14 78 34. That's 952 14 78 34.
Hi, I'm Anita from the House Hairdressing in Alveria. We have got a great team of people that would love to see you come into the salon and we can pamper you. Just come down for a complimentary consultation. We'd love to see you there.
Now this looks like a very interesting situation, property investment opportunities in Spain. Have you heard anything?
Well, my real estate agent is Cristina Sekeli.
When Cristina Sekeli talks, people listen. Cristina Sekeli, Sotheby's International Realty. Call us on 952-81-40-40 and visit us frontline, Puerto Banus, in front of the yachts.
So you're a business on the Costa del Sol, and you know the best way to reach customers is through word of mouth. But how can you reach more people to grow your business even faster? Before you spend a lot of money on advertising that may never reach your customers, find out how MarbellaFamilyFun.com can help spread the word about your business today. MarbellaFamilyFun.com.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day.
There are some things we really don't like to talk about, but they need to be talked about, and road traffic safety is certainly one of those. Now, the Foundation Línea Directa started some 13 years ago, so they've just held their 13th event, a fabulous initiative to get reporters writing about this subject, whether it be on TV, whether it be in the written newspapers and press, whether it be on the radio or through investigation. The Foundation Línea Directa reward those reporters once a year for their work by creating this award ceremony to instigate their interest. Now, the winners in each of the four categories win €10,000 without being taxable on that amount, so obviously that is a nice incentive to get people interested. But why are they interested? Well, because although in the last 10 years the death on our roads has reduced from 4,000 to 1,600 according to the latest statistics, obviously a big decrease, this is still a very large figure, and our cyclists, particularly in Spain, are the most vulnerable. We need to learn more, we need to do more to protect ourselves and others. When we get behind the wheel, we are responsible for other people's lives. And if you take into consideration that 1.3 million people lose their lives a year in traffic accidents, we can see that it is an epidemic, and it makes sense that the United Nations and the World Health Organization have suddenly put this matter at the top of their list. In fact, a few months ago, the United Nations actually included the health or the lack of health due to traffic accidents on their mission statement lists. Now, the Foundation Línea Directa wants road traffic safety here and now. They want to make sure that things are written about, there's information, educate us on how we can drive more safely and how we can be more responsible. Also to instigate investigation, which will then lead to social action. We need to put this into practice. 1,300,000 people dying on our roads in the world is a serious illness, it is a serious epidemic. And apparently that's equivalent to some 10,000 airplane crashes. How many people would fly if you thought that every year 10,000 airplanes were going to crash? No one. But we expect those pilots to show up to work rested and sober. And that is what is expected of us also. When we get behind a wheel, we are taking our own lives and that of others in our responsibility, and we need to act responsibly. So, thank you very much to the Foundation Linear Director for helping get this moving. Without a doubt, their incentives initiative have reduced the mortalities and the accidents, but we do all need to be more aware and realise that it is in our hands to drive responsibly and safely, and to make sure that others do too. Keep safe. We cater to all ages and all tastes here on Marbella Now, and an important thing for all of us is sport, no matter the age, but for our youngsters, and particularly in those summer months, finding a camp to keep them entertained is very important. For others, well, where they go to school, having a good sports curriculum or having an arts and entertainment curriculum is also important, which is why it's really nice to welcome to the programme Guy Lelou, who has just been nominated in charge of the sports programme from the Marbella Club and the Puente Romano.
Yeah,
congratulations.
Thank you very much. I've been involved with the hotel for a long period of time, and this is a new idea we've had to try and use the facilities we have. I mean, we're very lucky to have a fantastic golf course, one of the best tennis centres in Europe in Puente Romano, and we've obviously got the beach, which is a fantastic place to spend your time. So what we're trying to do is to maximise the enjoyment of everybody's stay and to try and get them to realise what's on offer here in Marbella for people.
You yourself were a sports person. What's your speciality?
I think the past tense is right. Yeah, I played rugby for a long period of time, and I basically love sport, and I come from a very sporting family. My father played for Wales. I captained the same club he did. My brother played for Wales at tennis. So, you know, the interest in sport is huge in my family, and it's obviously something that I still enjoy watching now.
Well, quite a challenge. You've been running the kids club at the Marbella Club very successfully, and I know you enjoyed that, but now you are, as I say, getting more into your field of sports and taking advantage again of those amazing facilities. But what is the aim? You're going to be doing summer camps to start off with, and then looking to make it during the course. How that's going to work?
I think at the Marbella Club Puente Romano, what we're going to do is we're looking to develop a weekly camp, basically, where children can come, families can come and sign up to do 5 days of activities using all the great facilities we have. And I think we're going to roll that into then a year-round package where we can offer at half-term breaks and throughout the year, because I mean our climate's so good. You can be playing tennis, golf, and even paddleboarding all year round.
We're so privileged here in the Costa del Sol, and as are our children. Now, you're also involved with the Soto Grande International School. How does that come about? Where does that tie in?
Well, I know the owner of the school for a long time, and I've been involved with some projects. And when I saw last summer and before the fantastic plans they have to develop sporting activities and other activities there, I thought this is something I'm really passionate about and I'd like to get involved with. So luckily I came to an agreement with the school where I help out there and still keep my role at the Puente Romano and Marbella Club, and it's been fantastic. It's very busy but very enjoyable.
So you're also a jockey. Look about that, jockeying all those things around, because they're all major projects. Now, this is lovely that you obviously enjoy children. You are not just obviously a teacher, a sports trainer. It's obviously a position of a lot of responsibility when you are forming youngsters and taking over that free time.
Yeah, I think it's two things. One, I think that if you play sport like I have, and I got an awful lot out of sport, I think it behoves you to give it a little bit back. So I think if we as coaches and parents can transmit our passion for sport to children, then it'll set them up for a good and healthy lifestyle, hopefully.
What kind of age groups are you looking at for these events and incentives?
At the hotel, I think it's from 4 to 14, At the school, it runs from 4 to 18. Particularly now we have a new program we briefly discussed, where I've been looking at it with the school and saying, you know, we've got lots of children here on the coast who want to be top footballers, top golfers, top tennis players. How do they mix that with their studies? So what we come up with at the school is a program where you can train in the morning, and then in the afternoon you can follow a program that's going to give you A-levels or a high school diploma, so you can combine your passion for sport with the possibility of going to university.
Well, I have to say that I don't know all the schools here, but we have a very high level of education and school facilities in Marbella. I know the Laude International School in San Pedro also puts a lot of emphasis on the arts and on the children performing and making extra curriculum that they can excel at. And also we have our lovely Veronica Malka, who does the kids talent here on Marbella now. She's obviously very involved in studying now, but she goes to the Sota Grande International School from Marbella every day because she wants to be a performer, and there it obviously suits her perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, at the school we put on genuine rock concerts where we build a stage in the gym, and it's live streaming on YouTube. But also I think what the philosophy is to find your passion and then follow that dream. So the program that we developed for sport is also available to the arts and music. So if you're passionate about music, drama or arts, you can devote your time in the morning to that and then do your education in the afternoon. So it's a different way of doing things, because there's so much pressure on children now to achieve results and exams. But that's not really the whole thing. You know, and I think it's about keeping your options open. If you can maintain your possibility of following a career in sport and having a backup plan of going to university, I think that's the best solution of the two.
I think too much emphasis is put on if you can read or write, and the thing is that you need to be an integrated member of society when you finish education, and not everyone is going to be able to just read and write. Other people are more creative, and I think it is nice that children know that they can do what they like to do and where they want to go with their futures at the same time as getting the basics.
I think that's it.
I think it's a good grip of the basics.
Oh yeah, obviously in education
schools.
you have to get the results to go to university, but if you can allow people to find their passion, being on the sporting field or in the singing environment, then that could be the thing that really drives them forward. So it won't be a case of where they come to think, what am I going to do next? They know where they're going. It's a question of us helping them to get where they want to go.
What brought you to Marbella?
My family have been in Marbella for a long time. I originally came to Spain and I lived in El Puerto de Santa Maria. The rugby club helped me find a place up there.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was, yeah, and I taught at the school there, and it was a good experience because it's different to Marbella. It's very Spanish, so it gave me a good idea of the flavour of Spain. And I think in Marbella we've got the best of all worlds. We have the Spanish element, we also have the year-round climate, and I like the international mixture there is in Marbella. I think that's really appealing, and it's something that's very exciting.
Especially with the children, you must get to see so much diversity in the different children. What do you notice is what most unites them, regardless of where they come from, cultures and languages?
I think it's a passion for a variety of things. You've got some sports like football that are totally global, so you'll see children all playing football, whether they can speak the same language or not, that they're out there. And I think what's nice as well is it seems to me, despite the fact that a lot of schools here have 48 different nationalities, Spanish as often as not is the common language that the children speak, which is really good, because you can see then that these kids have got a great opportunity to be totally bilingual when they leave school. And I'm sure your children all speak English and Spanish perfectly, no?
Yes, they do. And their Spanish is better than their English, having grown up in Madrid, very Spanish environment. Anyway, Guy, we need to leave it there for today, but thank you very much.
No, it's a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me on the show.
I hope you'll come back more often, because it'd be nice to have some sports update. The world according to Guy Lalou.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Lovely, Nicole. Thanks.
Hi, welcome back to Marbella Now. What's on the slot? What a wonderful week we've had all week with Feria back in town. I have to say the atmosphere in town has been absolutely fantastic. We enjoyed every day, and I hope you did too. Now, if you didn't enjoy the procession that was taking place on Saturday in the Old Town for San Bernabe, then go along and check out the gallery, because all the dance academies that were there all week at the Feria were taking part, and it was absolutely fantastic. So now on to this week.
First thing I have for you is a photography exhibition taking place in the Cultural Centre in Trapiche in San Pedro. Now this is called Naked, and this is done by Oga Art. They're a workshop who teaches students, and each year they alternate between male and female models, because this is actually quite a difficult thing to photograph. So they teach them the art of using light, shadow, all sorts of aspects for this particular type of photography. I'm told this year that the images are absolutely stunning, so do go along and have a look at it. It runs until the 23rd of June, and it's open Monday till Friday, normal times, and they do close for siesta. Now the artisan market is back in Puerto Banus in Plaza Antonio Banderas, and this is running until the 31st of August this year. It's open all through the week between 11 in the morning and 11 at night, and the weekends, including Friday, it's open from 11 till 1 o'clock in the morning. So you can enjoy all the different international stalls that you'd usually expect, with crafts, things for your home, jewellery, clothing, and some very, very nice cocktail bars there. You can try a cocktail from anywhere in the world that you choose. So it's a nice break from the beach and a bit of sun to enjoy some live music as well, which will be available in the evenings. Now the Arboretum up here in Marbella always has a summer party around about this time of year. This year they're doing it again, but they've decided to do a nighttime party. The air is a little bit cooler, and there'll be millions and millions of candles set all about their private park area just behind the bus station in Marbella. So this is on tomorrow, on Saturday. So from 8 o'clock you can enjoy lots of different live music, the normal organic food, homemade food, things that you can buy, cosmetics, jewellery and local crafts. Now admission to this is totally free as always, but they do ask you to make a donation to the Arboretum if you can, and also to bring a book with you, a good book that somebody else will enjoy, because they also sell those for a small amount and raise some much needed funds. Now the next couple of things are just to give you a heads up for next week. On Thursday, that's the 23rd, of course it's the night of the Festival of San Juan. Now this is one of my particular favourites. There'll be lots of beach bars. Anywhere that has a place near the beach or whatever will have entertainment, probably set menus. There's lots of information on the site on this for you. But of course at midnight, the bonfires are lit all up and down the coast. Now, of course, with a change of government, hopefully there'll be more bonfires this year. As Feria was back in town, maybe they'll change it for San Juan as well. But if not, the main bars will have the big bonfires. So at midnight, you may not want to be as adventurous as some of the younger people who have to jump over the fire 3 times and make a wish to get rid of all their problems. But if not, enjoy that and then go for a little dip or a little paddle in the sea at midnight, make a wish, and it should all come true. So do enjoy San Juan. There'll be lots of entertainment, lots of life and lots of music for that evening. So the last thing for next week to remember is Jazz Funk Festival comes to San Pedro, and that's on the 24th and the 25th, which is Saturday and Sunday. Now, there's a craft market to celebrate this on the boulevard from 12 o'clock each day. But from 6 o'clock until about 1 in the morning on the Saturday, there are 7 different bands from 7 different venues in and around San Pedro. Now I have marked them all for you clearly on the site, so go along and see which one suits you better. On the Sunday from 9 o'clock in the evening on the boulevard, there will be 3 different bands all running at different times up until about 1 o'clock in the morning. So a very jazzy weekend in San Pedro. So do go along and enjoy it, because of course it's all free, this entertainment. So there you have it, that's all that we have for you this week. And don't forget to check out the website, MarbellaAzul.com, for lots of information on these events and many, many more. Have a great weekend.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day.
If you're not staying at the hotel and you want to come to the spa here at the Senator, you will come first to this entrance, just a bit further down than the main entrance to the hotel. This lovely lady, Charo, is in charge of the spa with over 1,000 square meters of installations open, as I say, to the public. Hello, Charo.
Hello.
Thank you so much for welcoming us into the spa. It really is beautiful and so many pools.
So many, is 7 pools.
Seven different pools. And what
yes.
other things you offer? Ice room?
Ice, Turkish bath, 2 sauna. One sauna is with bikini, all other sauna is nothing. Is relax room, ice cabin, pool neck massage, pool fruit, stone pool. Is very big, it's very nice.
Lots of diversity, and the nice thing is, I say, we can come and use it even if we're not staying in the hotel. And on Wednesdays and Fridays there's a special offer, because normally it's €19 the day at the spa, but on Wednesdays and Fridays you can come in for just €20 for 2 people. That's €10 each,
yes.
Which is wonderful. Another good thing, I believe, Charo, is that in the mornings children can come.
Only morning, children only morning.
But a lot of spas do not let children in at all, so you can come with the children. And I believe you also organise birthday parties, festas de cumpleaños for the children.
Yes, morning only. Is usually in Saturday and Monday.
Well, what a wonderful way to celebrate a child's birthday, coming for nice relax. Plus also you have massage facilities.
For children?
No, for everyone.
Massage, facial, manicure, pedicure, peeling, washing, all aesthetic.
It sounds absolutely fabulous. So, if you're at a loss of what to do or where to go for a few hours in Marbella, the spa here at the Senator Wellness Centre is well worth it. Charo, thank you.
Thank you very much.
In fact, the Senator is a great choice for many things, whether it's business meetings or, I say, just to come and relax with a lovely Charo.
Okay.
Gracias.
Thank you. Gracias.
Good afternoon and welcome to our little spot for AAA. Today we are in the Senator Hotel, spa hotel in the center of Marbella. In the lobby it's nice and cool at the moment. However, outside it's already reaching more than 30 degrees. And that's one of the things I'd like to talk about today with regards to the dogs. Because the dogs, of course, are having a very different heat system than we have. And very quickly it gets very warm. So when it gets very warm like this, the best thing to do is to take a walk with your dogs early in the morning and late at night. And just limit the exercise a little bit. Because of course they have a very, very warm coat. And there is a misconception that they say because of the coat, the dog is not getting any heat. But that's a wrong idea. So if you have a dog with a very heavy, big, warm coat, you might consider cutting it a little bit in the summer. Do leave a little bit of inch from the fur, because otherwise he will be sunburned. So that's an important aspect as well. Other than that, do remember that their paws are also very sensitive. So if you do not have a garden or a place where there is grass that they can walk, it might be an idea to go to your local pet shop and get some little socks or little doggy boots. You can wear them in the summer on streets and on the tarmac, as well as in the winter when it gets cold, although we don't have that problem here in Marbella, of course. The other thing is that you have to watch your dog panting. A heat stroke can be very quickly achieved with dogs in the heat. They will start panting a lot because panting is their way of getting rid of the heat inside their bodies. You have the dogs like the pugs and the boxers with the little flat noses. For them it is even worse to breathe a lot. So please beware of those little dogs that you do not keep them too warm. If it gets very warm in the house or in the garden, it might be idea to put down a little pool. Most of the dogs will love to play in the pool a little bit. And a wet blanket, for instance, so they can lay in the cool blanket. The other thing, of course, is you've been warned many, many, many times, but people still do it. They leave the dogs in the car, very quickly do a little shopping. It won't hurt, but it does work very, very badly. Within a very, very short period of time, the heat in a car will go up tremendously, and the dog will suffer first very, very quickly. The heat can go up within 10 minutes to more than 50 degrees, and the dog will not be able to survive that. If you ever see a dog in a hot car, please warn somebody, try to find the owner, call the police, or do something to save the dog. Well, this is it for this week. I don't have a doggy with me, but I hope to have one next week when it's not too warm. Take care of your pets in the summer as well as of yourself. Thank you.
To finish off this evening's Marbella Now, number 78, what better than have these two rats with me, you dirty rat? Well, actually, I've got Dave Lee and Thomas Henry, are two of the three Rat Pack. But you're actually growing, you've got some really ambitious things going on. Who do I start with? Yeah. Oh, okay, Dave, take it away. Tell us what the Rat Pack's up to lately.
Well, we are trying to put together, or we have put together, a big band to do a live show as it was in 1962 when the original Rat Pack was doing the show.
Yes, we are now doing the main event, which is an amazing show. We've got a 10-piece band. We've got our showgirls, Las Vegas showgirls, which are beautiful girls from Torre Quebrada originally, who have amazing costume changes. We have Eliza Minnelli, special guest. We have an Elvis Presley special guest. So it's really cool, you know. It's like authentic 1962. There's nothing like that around here.
Big show, and it's authentic. And we stay in character as Dean Martin, Sammy Davis
Jr., baby.
Frank Sinatra.
Hey, you're beautiful.
And who's Frank? So thank you very much. Who's Frank Sinatra?
Frank Sinatra is Mr. Martin Joseph, who actually has to be 60 today. He's his 60th birthday. Happy birthday, Martin. Happy birthday, mate. But yeah, he's celebrating today, so we couldn't be. But he will be here next week with us.
What you're doing in this Talk of the Town Palladium Las Vegas is a really ambitious project. Where is your first event going to be, this main event?
Okay, we've already done one, but now what we're trying to do is get a night running in the Torre Quebrada Hotel and Casino in Torre Quebrada. And it's in Sala Fortuna, which is downstairs, the venue.
Beautiful venue too.
And that's going to be on Friday the 1st of July. So what we're going to try and do is it once a month on the same day, like the 1st of July or the last Saturday of every month. But the first one is Friday the 1st of July. And we're going to try and do this main event every month. So it's an amazing time. You're not going to see nothing like this on the coast. And if you're into the Rat Pack and you're into seeing big bands and
great music.
You know, and it's a show.
And the show is not expensive. You know, it's 15 euros a head, and that includes entrance to the casino afterwards and a free drink.
So it really makes for a nice night out.
Yeah.
It's an amazing night out, yeah. It's a Friday night, you know, get in your cars, come down and see us. Free parking. You can pay on entrance, or you can buy your tickets from Ticketeer or Court and Glace, or just come along and pay on the door.
So what brings you to Marbella, and how long have you been here?
Well, I've been here 14 years, Nicole. I've only been in the Rat Pack for the last 7 years, is it?
You say that like it's recent. My God,
yeah, it's not recent. It's a long time,
Feels
baby.
like it.
I was young when I got here.
You're still very young and obviously full of inspiration and great ideas. I know that you're going to come back to another program and you're going to bring the big band, the whole shaboodle, and you're going to tap dance and bring your shoes, because
That's right.
You are not only a singer and songwriter, you don't just perform, you actually perform and write your own music.
Yes, I'm a singer-songwriter in my own right. I've been doing it all my life since I was about 15, 16. I have actually just released an album with two Spanish guys, which I spoke to you about on the radio last week.
What was it, the Something Project?
Yeah, the Leon Project.
The Leon Project, excellent. They won the Gibraltar Song Festival.
Yes, they won the Song Festival a few years ago, and they're two great lads, and they do a lot with singers from the coast here, from Marbella. They're involved with a lot of singers from the coast.
Oh, it's really nice because there's a really great fusion with that Spanish style with your
Yes,
blues.
it's a cross between, you know, soul, pop, rock, R&B, funk, all completely fused with flamenco, which is very interesting, you know.
It really is.
Well, I sing a few words in Spanish, and yeah.
Very cool. I have to say, I've seen the YouTube videos and absolutely excellent, as are you as a team, as the Rat Pack as well. I'd like you to maybe do a little bit of your tap dancing.
And see a little bit of tap dancing, baby?
I do.
Without the taps.
Without the taps, so we know what's going to come.
Something like that.
Fabulous. Sing us away. Well, that's it for another week. Thank you so much for joining us on our little tour around the Senator Spa Hotel here in Marbella. As you can see, an ideal place to come for business meetings, business breakfast meetings, Wi-Fi all through the hotel, and we guests that are not staying in the hotel are very welcome. Thank you so much to Charo for showing us around the spa and talking about that, and to all our guests on the program. We've had a fabulous time and we hope you've enjoyed it too. Remember, you can join Patrick and I on the radio Mondays and Wednesdays from 4 to 6 on 107.6 FM, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 to 10 p.m. And of course, the program that we're showing you now, Marbella Now, will also be online from rtvmarbella.tv, so you can watch it as many times you like at your leisure. And of course, the MarbellaExclusive.com website from our town hall for all the information you need to know about visiting and living in Marbella. Take care, be nice to each other, and we'll see you next week. Bye.